Hey everybody. Hey. It's your girl Malik and this is Let's Talk Real Talk. What's going on everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is well. Welcome back to the channel everybody. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. To all my new supporters, I want to say thank you so much for joining the channel. It means a lot to me, you guys. I always get sentimental with this part. I should be used to it, right? But I'm not. I mean, the support that I get from you guys is really, it's amazing and it's well appreciated. So I just want you guys to know that. Before I jump into this topic, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. It means the world to you, girl. Help me out, you know. I appreciate it. And for those that would like to have a session with me, you can book an appointment on my website. As far as for life coaching, I'm going to leave all the information down in the description box. Also, if you want to be nice and kind and donate to the channel to keep it up and running, you know, that's well appreciated too, you guys. I appreciate everything. I just want you guys to know that, okay? So before I jump off into this topic, I'm gonna ring this bowl, okay? Let's get some good energy up in here. That damn bowl. So, okay. So look, you guys, I really want to talk. I'm gonna try to make this quick because my camera is acting funny. It's trying not to, you know, don't want me to get this message out, but I'm gonna get it out today. A lot of us are have had or are having issues with our parents, you know, mommy, daddy, mother and father issues, you know, and a lot of stuff is stemming back from when we were children and things of that nature. And what it does is it actually, if it's not handled, if it's not taken care of, it can follow you into your adulthood, which can mess up your relationships, your marriages, you know, and so on. But the reason why I want to talk about that, about this, is because I'm seeing that there are a lot of people out here who have problems with their mothers and fathers. And the killing part is a lot of times when both parents are not together, and I'm just gonna say because both of my parents were married but they separated. So when I was a baby, well, when I was 2 years old, and honestly, I was longing for my daddy's love. You know, my parents weren't vibing right, and she had to leave because my daddy was on some bullshit. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. This Let's Talk Real Talk. So she had to leave, and that was the best thing that my mother could have ever done for us, was to leave my father because he wasn't right and he didn't know how to love her. So with that happening, I didn't get a chance to really be around my daddy like that. Even though I wanted to, I couldn't. And I'm gonna say this as well. Sometimes, and a lot of us have fathers out there who it's like, that's my child, that's my biological child, but I'm not taking care of her, I'm taking care of this one over here, you know, that type of stuff. You know, my dad, even though I love my father, and when it's his last days, when they called and told me that my daddy needed me, I stopped everything that I was doing to go take care of my father. And my father didn't take care of me. My mother took care of me. So, you know, I had to, before I even went his way, I had to get myself together mentally. And this is when Mike was alive. And he helped me also because he would talk to me about different things and how to go at it. And I really appreciate that because it really, really helped me. It helped me to know how to deal with my father, right? Even though he had did all this, you know, all these little different things to me as far as not being there in my life like I needed him to be, right? So, when I actually got the call and I They told me what was going on with my dad. I just dropped, like I said, I dropped everything to go and take care of him. And I found out a lot of different things about my daddy. And I just realized that no matter, and sometimes, listen, you guys, I'm telling you this for a reason, because sometimes you just can't change people. That's just what it is. My daddy took care of a whole nother family. Okay. He called a whole nother girl his daughter, and had people thinking that was his daughter when it was not. He only has me. I'm his only child. And it's crazy because these people that were in his life, I wasn't in his life, because I was actually upset with my father because he put her before me. Now, he made me look bad, like I wasn't in school. I graduated with honors and all kind of stuff, even though I had a baby at 17. I'm just telling you what it is. I still took my behind to school and I graduated with honors. I graduated with a 4.0. So, people would come to me, like when I started finding out things, once my daddy, once he got sick and everything, people really thought that I was kind of like, I must have been, stupid or something, like not too smart. And then when they realized, like, damn, she's smart as hell, like, damn, we ain't hear nothing like this, right? Okay. So my daddy, it was like when I went to see him, I had 5 months to be with, around my dad before he actually passed away. And to be honest, you guys, it was the best 5 months that I've ever had in my life with him. And the killing part was, as everything was going on, I really wasn't understanding, why I didn't understand why things had went the way that they did, why stuff was going the way that it was going then. But after I got out of it and back up, then I understood what was going on. See, my father created that situation. So when I went to him, honestly, there wasn't really nothing that I could do but try to clean up the mess. And once I started finding out, the deeper I got off into, cleaning up the house and things like that, I started finding things and it wasn't adding up. So, so long story short, the people that my father trusted and took care of are the ones that killed him. Okay, that's that one. So, but what I'm saying is that to the end, I still made it right, because when the divine Holy Spirit said, go take care of your father, I didn't hesitate. I just did it, because we are supposed to take care of our parents to the best of our ability, if they allow us to. Okay, sometimes they just real stubborn and I don't want you around, and it may be that kind of situation. I get that. But, it's like I did the best that I could possibly do for my daddy, while he was here. And I know he appreciated it. I know he appreciates it, And to be honest with you, it was heartbreaking, everything that I went through, because at the end of the day, ladies, all we want is our daddy's love, right? That's all we want. We just want daddy's love. And sometimes daddy is not equipped enough here to be able to love on you like that, because he's dealing with some issues. Now, I'm just saying, now I understand, because it's like, well, he can go love somebody else and it not be a problem, but yet that's not his family. See, he don't have a problem with that. He has a problem with this situation. It could be problems with him and the mama, mommy and daddy couldn't get along, or, they had to get a divorce or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, because we as children get thrown in the middle of that. And when we get thrown in the middle of that, it's like you feel like a basketball, like a ball just being bounced around, because now you got, mama don't like daddy, daddy don't like mama, and and it's just wild and crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because you want both of your parents together. Every child, I don't think that there's nobody out there who just didn't want their parents to be together. I wanted my parents to be together, but my mother and father could not be together, and I understood why. Now, as far as the situation with my mother, I've had issues with my mother as well. But I will say this, we had to step away from each other for a while. And I do mean a while. It was like maybe 2.5 years that me and my mother were not kicking it with each other. And it was the worst time of my life, because I really wanted my mother. But I felt like the divine Holy Spirit was in, was just in play. It's like, listen, I got stuff to do. Y'all can't do that right now because I got to straighten up some stuff. And when we finally did come together, unfortunately, it was when my late husband passed away. And before he passed away, my mother got a chance to talk to him, and she said she just, that's when she like, wow, like fell in love with him. And because she was like, he's just such a wonderful person. Like, Mike was the most kindest, gentlest, wise, I can go on and on about him, person I've ever met in my life, right? So I had to stay away from my mother so that we both could establish boundary lines between each other. And sometimes that's what it takes, you guys, to separate in order to come back together. Because after he passed away, my mother was right there with me, And like I said, we have had some hiccups, and I don't think there's nobody out there who haven't had, hiccups with their parents. But when I say that, she's my best friend, she's my best friend. And my hat goes off to her, for having to deal with the shit that she had to deal with when it came to my father, because my father wasn't right, and he didn't know how to love my mother. My mother, that's all she wanted was his love, and he couldn't do that. So, it was unfortunate, but I understand why we as little girls, I understand why we have prop daddy issues, because you do want your father's love. And so when you meet a man and he's nice and kind and everything, that's like almost like a daddy figure, that's who's supposed to protect you and make sure you are right and, love on you and all of that. And sometimes we get into situations where we think that's what it is, and that's not what it is. And we get our hearts broken and things of that nature. But, what I will say is that being with that man taught me how to be to be myself. Being with him, he taught me that. He taught me how that every action don't need a reaction. I think that's what it is. And, just how to sit back and observe things as they're going on. You don't have to really say nothing. Just watch how people interact with you or with each other, and they'll, show you everything that you need to know. So I just want to say that even though you guys may have problems with your parents out there, listen, at some point in time, you're going to have to take accountability for the way that you feel. You have to get to a point where you can say, you know what, I love myself enough, I'm secure with myself enough, I know who I am enough to deal with this. If your parent, if your parents are still alive, you know what I'm saying? But because a lot of us don't know how to really interact with our parents. Like me and my mother had to learn each other, and now we know how far we can go with one another. And it's just respect, you guys. You don't have to go disrespecting your parents and all of that stuff, because me and my mother have gotten to that point where it has gotten heated and things of that nature. But I've never ever disrespected my mother because she's my mother, And like I said, if you have a relationship with the divine Holy Spirit, the divine Holy Spirit is going to make everything smooth. It's just going to take time. But like I said, you have to want that. You have to want to mend that relationship. You have to be the one to say, you know what, okay, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. And it's really not for them, it's for you. Because see, when you do it, it makes it a lot smoother for you to navigate through life, because you are secure with who you are. You're not cocky and you're not doing that. You know who you are, and you're comfortable. See, when you're comfortable, people know that. People see it. It's almost like just these little I can't even explain it, but people know when you are secure with who you are. Do you understand? And no matter what nobody say, they know that regardless, that person, he or she is going to research, they're going to do this. See, I'm not going to go off of just that one person's word. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to research it. I'm going to sit back, think about it, analyze it, and this, that, and the other. Because a lot of times our actions get us in trouble. We react. And when you do that, You know, it's just boom, you in the moment, and then you ain't thinking about it because you're in the moment. And then it's not until after you come out of that moment you realize, damn, maybe I should have did X, Y, and Z, right? So I'm just saying, like, a lot of us out here who have had or who are dealing with issues, childhood issues from, you know, from their mother or father, I want you guys, if you can, I want you to get it together. I want you to take whatever that situation is, and if you can fix it, if you can, you know, if you can tolerate it. I'm just saying, because a lot of y'all can't tolerate it because y'all have been through some shit with your parents, and I understand that. But I'm saying, if it can be mended, then mend it. It shouldn't be about, well, I ain't gonna be the first one, because we go through that as well, you know. But you have to understand, you only get one parent. You only get one. And when that parent is gone, they're gone. And a lot of us out here that have parents, a lot of our parents were not nurturing, you know. Didn't give, you know, you didn't get that love that you needed from your mother or your father. So you treat your, you know, your girlfriend or your wife a certain way, or you treat your husband, your boyfriend or your husband a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, you know, because right now people are dropping like flies. We all know that we're dealing with a lot of shit out here in the world. And right now, all of us really need to be to the point where it's like, that shit should be trivial, you know. If I'm just saying, for a lot of us now, like I said, a lot of y'all have really been traumatized by your parents, and you need some help. You get what I'm saying? But I'm talking about for those who it's just, I ain't talking to mama because she tripping. I ain't talking to daddy because he tripping. Look, or he did. Listen, when I say I never thought that I would be able to go and, you know, step in and take care of my daddy because he had done so much to me. Like, he had messed me up. Like, you know, it was really bad. And when the spirit told me, go take care of your daddy, I just knew everything was going to be all right. Even to the point, you know, to the end when my father passed away, and he passed away because of these people. These people actually, you know, took my father out because he had dementia. He had dementia, and they were acting like that's not what it was, but I had all the proof and everything because I was over my father. And because my father created this situation with them, when I came in, I was public enemy number one. So we got to get her up out of here. And it got to the point where I felt that, and going back and forth to courts. And I mean, like, it was really bad, you guys. I told Mike, I said, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do it anymore. I said, I'm not going to fight. I can't just continue to fight like that, because at the time, I didn't know my husband was sick. I didn't know he was sick. So it was just a lot going on. And he said, baby, it's whatever you want to do. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. And that was it. And then after that, shortly after, my father passed away. And I got a chance to see him right before he passed away. And it was just really, it was really sad in that room, because this person that my father trusted so much was the one to take him out, and she was sitting right next to his bed. And I'm looking at her like, you's a dirty bitch. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this Let's Talk Real Talk. Now I'm telling you how I feel, because you know, they just got into his head, and we gonna take care of you, and y'all were the ones to get him up out of here. Now my dad is gone. My dad could probably still be here, because I knew what he was dealing with. I knew what my father had, and I knew what the doctors were saying. I knew what the neurologist was telling me. I was communicating back and forth with the neurologist, and it was crazy because everything that I did, it was just like, it was nothing. And they took my dad, and he went with them, because those are the people that he trusted. Like, it's a lot to the story, and I don't want to go, because I can, this is a really long story, but I'm just trying to sum it up a little bit. But I couldn't be there to save my dad, and I felt bad. And then the divine Holy Spirit said, but you did what I told you to do. The rest is left up to me. And when I heard that, I understood it, y'all. Sometimes the divine Holy Spirit is talking to you, and you acting like you don't hear what's going on. Just saying. A lot of us that have had mommy and daddy issues, listen, if you can get it, if you can mend it, y'all. It's not about, well, I ain't gonna do that, because don't do that, okay? Because a lot of times it's hard for our parents to say, I'm sorry, or I apologize. When my mother apologized to me, I was shocked. I was so shocked, because that's when I felt, I'm like, she was really, really sincere in what she was saying, and my heart was able to receive it. Oh, God. Listen, there's a lot of y'all out here, and I'm gonna get ready to get on up out of here. It's a lot of y'all out there who have issues with your mom, and all I'm saying is, one day she's not gonna be here. Okay, one day she's not gonna be here, and it's gonna mess you up. Whether you believe it or not, it's gonna mess you up, because she's gone. She's still here. You still have a chance to make it right. If you can make it right, make it right. Or not, you know, and then you'll be dealing with this for the rest of your life, and you'll never ever be able to have a normal functioning marriage or relationship, because your heart ain't right. Your heart is not, it's not, it's a void. And that's why, you know, you'll maybe be with this one and this one and this one and this one, because you're trying to fill that void. If you can make it work, if you can mend it with your mom or with your dad, do that. Okay. So listen, I'm gonna get on up out of here, you guys. I just wanted to come on here and talk about that, because I know a lot of us are dealing with, or have dealt with, you know, mommy and daddy issues, you know. So I just want you to know you're not alone at all. I know how a lot of you guys feel. And like I said, if anybody need to talk, my website is down there. You can book a session with me, okay? So on that note, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Until next time, you guys, peace. Y'all take care of yourself.